All eyes on Birmingham next week because these two have been having a little bit of a back and forth for some time. Obviously, their brothers are both professional fighters, and there's been a bit of back and forth between the brothers. These two have met in the amateurs in the past, and they get to do it in the professional ring next weekend. The main event, Sonny Edwards taking on Galal Yafai. Listen, boxing's going around the world. It's an international sport, of course. We know that Saudi Arabia is heavily involved now in the game, and it's providing us great fights, but a lot of those fights are taking place on Saudi Arabian soil. It's nice to have something for the British fight fans, those that have bought the tickets in Birmingham, to go out and watch next weekend. And I genuinely think they're in for a real treat when these two start throwing down.
Listen, this is a world title fight, even though it's not. This is a British bragging rights fight. No, but it's equivalent.
It's a world level fight, is what you're referring to.
It's a world level fight.
There you go.
It's worthy of a world title, is what I actually mean. It's a brilliant fight. There's history. There's two different styles. That come forward, aggressive, counter-punching style of Galal Yafai, who was an Olympic champion 3 years ago. Who's really raised his levels, who we don't really know yet how good he is as a pro. His career's kind of stuttered and stuttered a little bit. We know what Sonny Edwards is. He'll get into Galal's head mentally next week. He's very, very clever. Will he stand and bang with him a little bit like he did with Bam when it didn't go right against Bam Rodriguez a few months back? Or will he just do that will-o'-the-wisp, in and out, outbox and outmove Galal Yafai? It's a brilliant fight. I cannot wait for it. I've gone back and forth. My first instinct was Galal as the winner. Sonny then pulled me back with kind of saying, no, you haven't seen the sparring, you don't know. But that was a few years ago. Mm-hmm. I still go with my instincts, but it's going to be an amazing battle, Adam.
Just having a quick look at when it was that they met each other in the amateurs. It's 2015, April of 2015. Obviously in the amateurs it's 3-3s. Liverpool's Echo Arena in the English National Elite 49 kg semi-final. It was Sonny that had his hand raised. It was a split decision. It was an incredibly close fight. But it was when Galal, I think it's only Galal's third amateur bout. So it was well early in his amateur career. And obviously he's gone on to do incredible things, picking up that gold medal at the Olympic Games. And now, here he is. This is, as you rightfully pointed out, this is the opportunity because, I mean, massive cojones of Sonny to take on the Jesse Bam Rodriguez fight. We all wanted it. Big unification fight. And we know what Bam is. Bam's, right now, for me, is a top 5 pound-for-pound superstar. He's going to go on to be one of the all-time greats. There's no doubt in my mind about that. And Sonny came up short. And it's the first time that we've ever seen Sonny in that type of trouble in a fight. But he, like I said, he's fighting an absolute legend.
Fought the wrong fight early on there as well, though, didn't he? Should have moved, first of all. But he thought, he tried to get the respect of Bam early and it didn't work.
Yeah, that's fair. And I think, who knows, we might get to see that again, maybe a little bit further down the line. The Adrian Curiel fight last time out, I thought Sonny looked like he was back to his best. He looked like he was moving.
Himself.
Yeah, doing his thing. So I fully anticipate that Sonny Edwards is going to be back to his very best doing his thing this weekend. But against Galal Yafai, you're right in what you're saying, right? He wins his medal, he turns pro, and it's been one of them slow burners.
Stop-start, yeah.
Listen, it's only relatively new since he's turned over, obviously since winning that medal. 2022 is when he made his debut, so we're only 2 years into this, eight fights in. And it's been a little bit slow. It's been a little bit, okay, cool. This is the one. This is the moment now for Galal Yafai where he gets the opportunity to show that he is ready to rock and roll with the top boys in the pro game. I think stylistically it is a brilliant, brilliant fight because Galal Yafai's got great feet. He's a great boxer and he does have a little bit of a pop in his hands, whereas Sonny Edwards is the epitome of the matador, isn't he? He likes to get on that back foot, skate around the ring and absolutely bamboozle you with angles and shots from all over the place. I think it's going long. I think you're going to see the full hit. But I think you're going to see an absolute cracking fight between two guys that really, really want it and want to get to the top level.
Well, I think what Galal has is a style...
I've just seen, actually, you are right. It is they've put an interim title on. I hate interim titles, but there's an interim title on.
But it's but all I meant was that you could easily see them fighting over a world title. But
yes, of
this
course.
is very much the championship of each other, which is an expression I often use. And I think... what I love about Galal's style, I love Sonny's style, hit and not be hit, but is Galal has that style that Vasyl Lomachenko, Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, Alexander Usyk to a certain extent, or maybe even completely, that you're forcing your opponent to fight you from the southpaw stance, you're moving them into the position, and you're countering them aggressively. And I think it's the most amazing style on earth, and it's one that is a very, very successful one in this modern era. And I just think if Galal can impose himself on Sonny, he's going to make him fight him. But Sonny could out-bamboozle him all night, so we just don't know. And it's an amazing style matchup. I cannot wait for it.
Good news is that Callum Smith's also on this card. He's making his comeback. We haven't got an opponent for him as of yet, but it's good to have him back in the
light
mix.
heavy.
Light heavy, absolutely. Lots of local talent on there. Conor Walker's taking on Lewis Ritson, which should be an absolute cracking fight in the welterweight division. And keep an eye out for this fight. Cameron Vuong, who's been making some serious noise, he's undefeated in 6 fights. He's taking on Gavin Gwynn. We know.
That's going to be a bit of talking going into that as well, isn't it?
Listen, Gavin Gwynn's been there, done it, and got the T-shirt. Cameron Vuong's a young guy coming through. It's a big opportunity for him. If he can get a win over Gavin Gwynn, then the world is his oyster. Away he goes. Kieran Conway taking on Ryan Kelly as well for the Commonwealth title. Listen, it's going to be a good night, but it's all about that main event for me. It's all about Sonny Edwards and Galal Yafai. So we'll have the breakdown on that throughout the course of the week right here on talkSPORT.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.